Thank you for tuning in to the best parenting show on the internet, Post Daily Dose.
It's the Post. It's the Post. It's the Post. The Post Daily Dose. It's the Post. It's the Post. It's the Post. The Post Daily Dose. It's the Post. It's the Post.
Good evening, Facebook family. Welcome to another episode of Post Daily Dose. With me, your trusted parenting advisor, faithful guide and servant on the healing journey, amazing, wonderful, and talented Prince impersonator. What's my name? Big Papa Bryan+Post. I hope you all have had a fantastic evening. It's been so beautiful in Oklahoma. Hello, Sylvia, and hello, Post. So today I thought we would talk about working through parental depression. It came up, I think I might have talked about it this morning in Morning Motivation, but it came up on some social media stuff that I've been looking at, and I always kind of have a different take on things, so I thought I'd share that take with you. So one of my psychotherapy gurus back in the day, his name was Sheldon Kopp, K-O-P-P, and he wrote a book. One of his books was called If You See the Buddha on the Road, Kill Him. Another one was called The Psychotherapy Guru. And one of the things that he said that has stuck with me through the decades is before you can get out of something, you must be willing to get into it. Before you can get out of something, you must be willing to get into it. Hello, Jill. Hello. And let me tell you what that means in relation to depression. Because when we're operating inside of the parenting matrix, and I've talked to a lot of moms who have had children and have postpartum depression. I know my own mother, when my father passed away and my sister was killed in a car wreck, she struggled with some depression. I've struggled with some depression, especially as a teenager, and intermittently as an adult. And I have worked with lots and lots of other adults and adolescents who've struggled with depression. And inside the parenting matrix, the challenge becomes when the person is depressed, all of the communication is about you should be feeling better. You should get up and you should do something, get yourself active, fight it, overcome it, get happy, find something to believe in, find some bigger motivator, some bigger goal. Take medication. If none of that works, take a pill. And then if that doesn't work, take a second pill. And if that doesn't work, take a third pill. And then it just goes on and on and on. It's very, very common, very typical. Well, the Big Papa approach to dealing with depression is this. If you are depressed, if you are feeling depressed, if you struggle with depression, in the time that you are depressed, be all of the depressed that you can be. Delve deep into the depression. Breathe into your body. Find the sadness. Find the despair. Find the pain. Find the loneliness. Find the grief. Find the anger. Whatever it may be. And give into it as much as you can, as big as you can. It's been said that depression is ultimately anger turned inward. That when a person is depressed, they're actually angry. That doesn't always hold up. That isn't always the case. A lot of times depression is sadness. Sometimes depression is loneliness. Sometimes depression is just overwhelm. But the thing about overcoming depression and working through it, and I'm going to scratch that from the universe. We don't overcome depression. We delve into it and we work through it. you work through the depression, because the depressive state is actually showing up in your life for a reason. There's something going on within your brain, within your cellular system, within your emotional system, within your spiritual system, that is positioning you for something bigger. But you can never get to the bigger as long as you're stuck in the what is. And as long as we are in denial, as long as we try to mask, as long as we try to deny, as long as we try to suppress, as long as we try to rationalize away the depression, even exercising away the depression, eating away the depression, sleeping away the depression, shopping away the depression, whatever attempts you might be making to alleviate the depression, the one thing you're not doing is delving deeper into it. The question is, what is the depression saying? What is the depression saying? What needs to be heard deep within your being? What needs to be heard and honored deep within your heart, in your soul, and in your gut? And then what needs to be released? What needs to be expressed and what needs to be released? And when I talk about expressing and releasing and going in and digging in, what I am encouraging you to do is to breathe deep into your body. Locate the source of the depression on your body, wherever it shows up at. Somewhere in your body, your depression is showing up. Could be up here in your throat. It could be in your head. It could be in your jaws. Could be in your neck. Could be right in the center of your chest. It could be in your gut. You breathe into that. And you exhale. And you say, what are you telling me? That's what you say to yourself. You say it to yourself. You can speak it out loud. You can speak it to yourself. You say, what are you telling me? What are you telling me? What do I need to hear? What do I need to hear? And you keep asking yourself that question. What do I need to hear? And you're going to have all these thoughts circulating in your head, all these thoughts. And I want you to continue to come back to the question, what do you want to tell me? What do I need to hear? Until you hear that little voice. It's going to be a little whimper, because your depression is really quiet. It's quiet and it's heavy. And you're going to hear a little voice that says, I feel sad. I feel all alone. I feel angry. I feel helpless. It's going to tell you something. And as soon as you do, you say, I'm listening. And then you repeat it. I feel sad. I feel sad. I feel sad. Because now what we have to do is we have to honor it. You honor the depression by giving it a voice. So you honor it. I feel sad, and you keep breathing. I feel sad. And you go into it deeper until the emotion starts to come up. So when you start, it's like depression is a little knock. And because it's so quiet, I feel sad. And we have all this other noise going around. We have our kids, we have work, we have bills, we have household chores, we have dinners, and we have all this other stuff circling around. We don't hear it. I feel sad. So we ignore it. I feel sad. And we eat another bowl of ice cream. I feel sad. Or we go buy another pair of shoes. I feel sad. Or we binge watch the next show on Netflix. I feel sad until we're just exhausted, and then we just fall asleep, right? Or we take some pill and we fall asleep. But then what we're not doing is we're not honoring. Because as soon as you say, tell me what it is, it gets a little louder. And you say, tell me what it is, and you open the door. So see, the depression's been knocking, and you haven't been hearing it because it's such a small knock. Such a small knock. But as soon as you say, I hear you, I hear you. What is it? You start to open that door. You look back there and you see depression back there. You see sadness. You say, tell me what it is. And as soon as you do that, it's going to get louder because it's just been waiting to be heard. It's going to get louder, and then these feelings are going to come up. The same feelings you've been working to bury, they're going to come up. And the first thing you're going to want to do is push those suckers down. You're going to want to be like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. But I don't want you to do that. I want you to give into it. That sadness comes up, you be sad. And here's the thing. I'm going to give you a couple little things you need to remember, because when you start to delve and dwell into that depression, dwell down into that depression, it can feel really scary. So there are a couple things you can do. If you've closed your eyes when you're starting to listen, and you start to go into it, and you start to have feelings and bigger feelings, and you start to cry. Because see, I don't want you to just cry. I want you to boo-hoo. I want you to weep. I want you to grieve. I want you to mourn. I want you to gnash teeth and spit and scream, because that is honoring depression. But see, you might not be able to get to that point because it's going to feel too scary. So what you do is you open your eyes, you move your hands, you set up. See, you can be going through your process. I feel scared. I hear you. I'm listening. I feel scared. I feel scared. I feel scared. Oh, God, I feel scared. I feel scared. And the tears start to come. Or I feel sad. Or I feel so angry. And then the big feelings start to build up. And all you got to do is open your eyes. Move your hands away from your body and just set up. You could be sitting up on the couch. Just lean forward. And what that does is it brings you into the present moment. Because that depression that you've been struggling with for so long is in the past. It's in the past. And so as soon as you start to activate it, that's where it's going to send your body. That's where it's going to send you emotionally. It's going to send you back into the past. And in the past, the reason you haven't dealt with it is because it's got all the pain associated with it. So you don't want to deal with it. So I want you to be able to have control over it. See, the reason I want you to open your eyes and move your hands and lean forward or stand up and walk around, get some fresh air, take a drink of water, is because that brings you back to the present. And I want you to understand that that depression that you have, you own that. You own that depression. That depression does not own you. And right now it's been owning you. Right now it's been taking over you. It's been having control. I don't want it to have control anymore. I want you to own that depression. I want you to own it. You grab that thing by the hair and say, I got you. You're mine. Own it. You're going to do what I tell you to do. I'm going to express my feelings. I'm going to have my feelings. I got this. I own this. And you take charge of your depression. Don't allow it to keep having control over you. But you do that by bringing yourself in the present. And then you just start over again. Go back into your process. As soon as you start to get into it, it starts to get too big for you, just open your eyes. Get present again. Drink some water. Stand up. And you're just exercising. You're just exercising your consciousness over your emotional pain. That's all you're doing. And I just want you to keep doing that. I want you to keep doing that until it gets you deeper and deeper and deeper. And I want you to keep going until you go so deep that nothing around you even exists. That everything else just goes away and the only thing you're feeling is that pain. And I want you to feel that pain and feel it some more until you're done. And you may just be done for today because it's exhausting. It's going to be exhausting. It's going to make you very tired. It's going to make you very raw. So preferably there won't be a lot of demands on you when you start going through doing this process. Because you're probably going to want to go to sleep, and that's okay because that's giving your brain and your body, your cellular system, an opportunity to reorganize and heal and settle and store away. So that's why you have to rest. You have to go gentle. You have to be gentle with yourself when you start working with your pain body. You start working with your pain body and you start working with your trauma. You got to be gentle with yourself. And you just keep doing that process. Put yourself on a steady diet. It's like I put the parents who are working in the Inside the Parenting Matrix program in the Levolution membership. I put them on an emotional diet. An emotional diet of everyone having emotion, everyone expressing emotion. And just doing it on a regular basis until you just get deeper and deeper and deeper, and it feels safer and safer and safer, and you're releasing more and more and more and more. That's how you work through depression. Have it. Before you can get out of something, you've got to get into it. And if you need support, reach out. If you feel too scared to have an emotional process on your own, ask a friend to come. Unfortunately, there are a lot of counselors who are not comfortable helping people go into their emotions because it triggers them and triggers their emotions and triggers their pain. So find a friend, call your pastor, call a parent, call a sibling, because they probably are struggling with some of the same feelings too. So get some support if that's what you need, but you can own it yourself. You've got the power to own it yourself. So that's it. Remember, in any given situation, we always have two choices. We can continue to react from our same imprints and conditioning of stress and fear, being reactive without thought and unconsciously driven. Or we can stop, we can take 3 to 10 deep breaths, we can slow ourselves down, and we can choose love. We can have our feelings, we can take charge of our emotions, we can take charge of our history, we can take charge of our future, and we can choose love. You all have the ability to do that. Now, in the description of tonight's episode, I put a link to the truth about PTSD.net. This is a documentary that is currently in the works, being produced. It's being produced by a good friend of mine, Daryl Hill. And I was recorded for the documentary today. I did my little segment. And the trailer's really good. And I think it's going to have a lot of impact on families and on individuals around the world. And so maybe I'll be able to share my interview with you guys soon. But the truth about PTSD.net, I think you will enjoy it. And then I also put a link to the Levolution, newparentinglevolution.com. Looking to support parents, looking to encourage you, looking to inspire you, looking to give you a place where you can come and ask your hard questions and get support and encouragement. Looking to give parents a place where you can come and get ongoing education, deeper education, more education. It's $49 a month. $49 a month. Drop out at any time. There's no contract. We just want to support you. We just want to help you. And I have a goal. I stated this on my morning motivation. I have a goal to reach 5,000 members in the Levolution. I want 5,000 members in the Levolution. And Ellen from Texas sent me an email this morning, and she said, Brian, I heard your goal, and that's a good one, but you know what? You're going to reach a lot more than 5,000 parents because you're going to be reaching their children and their grandchildren and so on and so forth. So I appreciate that, Ellen. So God bless each and every one of you. Big Papa loves you. And I'm sorry I didn't have a Prince song tonight. Maybe tomorrow. See, keep you on the hook. Keep you watching. Keep you checking me out. Maybe tomorrow I'll have something for you. Good night, everyone. We'll see you in the morning for morning motivation. Or we will see you tomorrow afternoon for 60-Second Parenting. And also the new episode of Inside the Parenting Matrix drops tomorrow. It's going to be a good one. Or I'll see you tomorrow evening on Post Daily Dose.